Welcome back, my dark minions. Sorry, due to WTF news, or is what the beep, and this is the gaming version. If you don't know what that means, basically, this is the video dedicated to gaming. And I also have a version for anime, but I also have the rarely coming up thing called gaming and anime. That's when there's something that involves two sides coming together. So yeah, this is the gaming version. And well, if you haven't seen the title of the video, well, it's been out for about about 2 weeks now, I think. And yeah, WB Games. If you don't know what's happening with them, they have decided to patent successfully the Nemesis system. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically what, of course, been well known in the Shadow of Mordor games. And, well, if you play the Shadow of Mordor games, then you know what the Nemesis system is. Basically, enemies, they fight, they escape, they come back to hunt you, you get defeated by them, they get stronger, and you create different stories. You can create your own nemesis, and it keeps getting better and better after that. But WB Games have decided that they think this is their intellectual property and decided to patent this. Which, just to let you know, if you need any information, this source comes from Yongye. Well, actually, it comes from different sources. I've been paying attention a lot. But yeah, if you want to know, go to the Yongye's video, which is down in the description down below. Just to let you know, I could have made this last week or the week before, but I was so upset by this that I completely forgot, because I was so upset. It also was, when I remembered, I got upset even more, because this was an idiotic move. Sorry, I just hate that WB Games have basically done. And it's a well-deserved backlash that basically they're getting. Because everyone knows, because there's an unspoken rule, which I got this from Yongye, where you're not supposed to patent intellectual ideas that basically anybody can come up with. And yeah, for some reason WB Games thinks that the Nemesis system is their intellectual property and has successfully patented it until 2035. That is right. Until 2035, WB Games has the use of the Nemesis system, which they have rarely even used and haven't even done anything with it besides making the two games, the WB Games of Shadow of Mordor. That's basically about it. So, think about this. I doubt they're going to be making another game anytime soon with this. But, of course, yeah. But as long as they pay the fees, they'll keep a hold on this. Which everybody in the both gaming community, well, actually, both devs and gamers have come together and basically said, what the heck is wrong with you, WB Games? Have you lost all sense of your mind or reasoning, thinking that this Nemesis system is basically something you created? Because it's not. Actually, there's a lot of people who actually come up with evidence that there's actually games before WB Games that have made a version of it, not as big and as great as this, but a version of this here. And it's kind of and it's basically idiotic that they're trying to make this their intellectual property, get this for themselves, so that way they can, legal rights to it, which is idiotic. And I am supportive of everyone giving them well-deserved backlash, and it makes no sense at all that WB Games would do this. I hope they decide that let's see sorry I just hope that they don't keep up the the fees, so that they would let this go. Hopefully. But I don't know if they will. Like I said, hopefully the backlash is so severe that even other companies will not basically do the same thing, because this is setting a very very dangerous precedent right now. That if basically if they are allowed to do this, WB is allowed to do this, that all other companies thinking that they're able to patent their own ideas. I mean, if you think it's not as bad, think about this. Imagine if a company decided to patent the FPS genre. They would only be able to do that. Open world, we wouldn't be having any other open world games. Basically, the medieval genre, cyberpunk genre, not the game, but the genre, and any other thing you can think of. Imagine if all those ideas got patented and basically only certain companies were able to use them. Yeah, that's basically how bad it is. Thankfully, people are still able to make their own version of the Nemesis system, but the fact of the matter is that WB has done the most idiotic move, and thinking that this is their intellectual property, which it takes pieces from other games from the past, and it's just, like I said, more idiotic by the second. And also it's kind of hypocritical, extremely hypocritical, to the fact that basically that they have basically taken the ideas from other game companies. You know, the Shadow Mortar series was a compilation of 2 games, and they got ideas for 2 games. Basically, the Assassin's Creed series and also the Arkham Knight series, the Arkham series. I don't know what they call it. The Batman Arkham games, which had the combat system and the scaling system for both those games, and combined it with to make Shadow Mordor. Basically, without those 2, this game would not even exist. Hey, we wouldn't even be dealing with this now. But fortunately, WB decided to be hypocritical and decided to patent the Nemesis system. I am trying my best to calm down now, because just hearing this is pissing me off. Because I was hoping that other game companies would literally make their own versions. That would make their own versions because I would like other game companies to make their own Nemesis system versions so I can play them. I would like to fight enemies. I want to hate my enemies. I want to go after enemies and go have a revenge against this. I want to fight enemies that are smart enough to basically counterattack me. That is the thing I want. Unfortunately, we may not get a chance to that, because WB, like I said, patented. But in the sense of that, the sense of this is just, I'm trying my best here, people. Now we may not get the chance. Heck, I was hoping that somebody would bring a strategy game version of this, where you basically have to be smart, like you have to be very careful, and you basically use, what is it? I don't know. What is it? What would you to use? I'm trying my best to think of something to use. A limited amount of resources, which I know games have, but you have to think strategically. You can't just waste them all. There are games like this, but I would like to somehow Nemesis to make strategy games. Like you fight against an AI commander, and then they adapt in the next mission to make it more difficult for you. Or even other games where you're able to, have enemies fight. Heck, there was potential games that had this kind of style. Unfortunately, they didn't make it through, and now, potentially even in the future, we might not even get any more games like this. And it upsets me so much, and I'm with the gamers and the devs that this is an idiotic move, that they should rethink this. Hopefully they decide to not pay the fees so that this can be released. But either way, WB Games is hypocritical because they got some ideas from the games. Heck, no game in history would exist. Heck, I bet you even the most famous games right now would not exist if it wasn't for the fact that other companies let other companies use the ideas that everyone came up with and just kept innovating on those. it is very, very idiotic here. You have to realize how much idiocy is here and how upset I am that I'm trying to talk like this, but I can't. But either way, the fact of the matter is, W Games has gotten the patent, and for the time being, we're gonna have to deal with it. Hopefully, it'll end soon. But if not, all right. But I hope that people keep giving him backlash, keep giving him the reason for other companies not to do this. Because the last thing I want is to wake up the next morning, wake up tomorrow, and find out that every company's decided to patent ideas that were basically were everybody's, were be able to be used by everyone, and were ideas from the past. Which the patent system is idiotic. But like I said, hopefully this doesn't come to that. Come down to that, but we never know. But that's about it. If you want to know even more information, John Guest's video is going to be in the description down below for you guys to see. But right now, I need to calm down now. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments if there's any new information. Hopefully there is. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what other games that you were playing that were inspired by other games, and leave them down in the comments. And let's all calmly tell WB Games that what they're doing is absolutely wrong, and to make sure that other companies do not take this idea. Alright, that's about it. I don't know what else to say. So comment, subscribe down below, share the video, press the bell to know when videos that come up, or just come to my channel every once in a while to see what I post up, like once or twice a week. And that's it. For right now, my dark means dismissed.